Hello, everyone. I hope you are well wherever you are and you're watching this live today with me and my dear friend Matthias from Chile, South America. Matthias is a supply chain and logistic expert and a good friend. He is somebody who actually has attended my LinkedIn coaching program and he is now working on his LinkedIn profile. So I thought it will be a great thing to bring him over to share his learning, what he learned, why he joined in joined the course, and during the course, what were some of the things that he picked up and started implementing onto his profile. What I see is that there are some participants who have already sent me their profiles for review. So thank you very much. We will be with you for approximately an hour, and in that 1 hour, my focus or our focus will be to help you understand uh, how LinkedIn can actually uh, work around your needs. I'm just while talking to you, I'm sharing the link uh, in the chat, so those people who are still not sure how to join in can join in. Join this link. Okay. And what I will I will do is once we had a good chat with Matthias, we will pick few profiles and we'll review those profiles for you, and you can then understand what are some of the issues with your profile, and maybe in future you are interested in learning how to fix those issues. uh, and for that, I have a course. I have a full 4 weeks intense course on how you should use LinkedIn to help you generate traction and find you the right opportunity. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring in my friend Matthias. Hello, good morning, Matthias.
Good morning, Hamad. Thanks very much for having me today.
Superb. So just very quickly for those people who have just joined us, just briefly introduce yourself. Where do you? I mean, we know you are in Chile. Hardly, I think I have never been to Chile, so I don't know what the environment is like and how big the place is and what is the culture like, and your own professional career. Where are you coming from? So
Yeah,
just in next first second two,
sure.
2 minutes, please. Yeah.
Yeah, well, basically, Chile is a country down in South America. It's a 18 million population down here. We speak Spanish as our uh, native language. And I come professionally from the shipping industry, having worked for 10 years plus in that industry in Chile, North America, Europe, and etc. So basically, that's my career background, but I shifted to more sales and more commercial areas in the last years. And currently, I'm doing consultancy services based on what I have from my experience, but now focusing on more technology-based solutions for the supply chains.
Right. So you pivoted quite a lot. Like, overall experience initially was purely in shipping industry, and then of course supply chain, as it is the one of the most emerging and interesting field globally. And some
Yeah.
of my friends are connected with you in supply chain industry also now. Uh, where do you see the supply chain industry going, and what are some of the challenges supply chain professionals have uh, in their careers, for instance?
Well, that's really a very very tough question right now because it's really that crazy at the moment. Nobody knows what really is going to happen within the next months. But we already know is that the market and the whole supply chain system is way under stress at the moment. It will last at least until the end of this year, if not fall into Q1 2022. So basically, there are still too many challenges going around with COVID, port congestions, the Suez Canal blockage, and so on and so forth, and the freight rates going up like crazy. So it's an unprecedented time at the moment, without any question.
So, but that actually means that we need to be really very, very targeted and very, very focused uh, in our career development, in our future career moves, and how the process of building that whole momentum really requires, to me, much more attention as compared to what we were before. What is your take on that?
Yeah, I think the whole thing goes back to change management, and we all need to change ourselves before we can start changing a organization or a process or a system. So we need to kind of step out, sorry, of the comfort zone and start rethinking how we could improve ourselves first. And in that sense, I think that LinkedIn is the way to go. This platform offers a lot of information, a lot of insights that are really nowhere else. So if you follow, if you comment, and if you really engage in conversations, you can actually learn a lot from
Yeah,
other
and
people.
yeah, so your own journey, you were one of the participants in my LinkedIn coaching program, a 4 week intense coaching program, and you actually put in a lot of efforts. You still do. Um, why you why did you join? I mean, we did not know. You only followed me on LinkedIn. I never accepted your connection
Yeah.
request because my connection, as I told you, reaching to 30,000 point. Um, but what did you do? You first thing you did, you continued like communicating with me. If we write from if we try to evaluate where we came from and where we are at the moment when we are talking to each other live also. So you kept commenting and kept asking me questions, but eventually you decided to join my course. What was your thinking when you joined the course and during the course and when you did the course? Just because there are a lot of people who are at the moment with us on this session, about 40 people. Just to kind of share with them as to what was your initial thoughts about LinkedIn and what has changed after you have attended the course, and what is the course of direction you are taking now.
Okay. First of all, I wasn't on LinkedIn. I only joined LinkedIn by the end of 2019. I didn't have a clue about LinkedIn. I wasn't interested, but everybody was talking about it. So I said, well, why? And when I joined the platform, okay, I started connecting people I knew offline, and I started posting some ideas and links and etc. But what I didn't know and what I didn't realize then was that I didn't have any kind of general goal or strategy or nothing. I wasn't really aware of what I was actually doing, and that kept me, of course, out of many conversations and out of many connection opportunities. um, of course, I started wondering more and more, and I started trying to learn myself. But in the end, and when I came across your post almost a month ago, when you were talking to Dr. Mudasir, and I followed that one. I said, okay, I'm doing all wrong. I have no clue what I'm doing actually. So I need to talk to somebody who actually knows how everything needs to be done. So I approached you. Yeah, I did ask some questions in the beginning. I just was really, wondering and curious. But in the end, I made the decision investing in myself, and you guys should do it as well if you can, and then if you have the time and the resources, do it now, because it's the time to really, yeah, refresh our minds and to reset everything. Not from zero, but from the experiences we already have, and try to make the best out of it.
And we worked in a group which was an interesting group, and the group is still intact. And now, as I launched the LinkedIn Mastermind group, you all will be part of that mastermind group also. So, working in group, what were some of the great learnings in working in groups?
Well, I was about to say that working alone on LinkedIn can be a really lonely place if you don't have a community around you. If nobody is kind of giving you some additional thoughts or insights or whatever. So basically, working with a group or with a bunch of people around you, it's a total different experience, and you will learn, and you will also help others, and that's the whole goal in the end, helping others all the way.
Absolutely. So yeah, so the idea on which I have built my LinkedIn coaching program is to start building that network even before you join the coaching program. And that's why I create this group of people who have registered for the coaching program, and they start connecting with each other. So, whatever 10, 12, 13 people I have, I usually have about 10 to 15 people in the group. The whole group connects with each other and literally lifts each other with their ideas, with their inspirations, thought processes, failures, experiments, and this goes on. And once in this month in July, we will formally launch the uh, what I call the LinkedIn Mastermind group that I'm running. All these people who have gone through the training programs will become part of my mastermind group, which means they all will be helping each other. So, for instance, one of the things that I really enjoy your conversation with Dr. Mudassir and with some other people who are part of my community, and then now they've become part of your community also, and they are like in your field, like supply chain. And today only I was helping someone, she's a client, of course, who is a newcomer in Canada. She is highly experienced HR professional and organization development professional, and she was really confused when she spoke to me yesterday. And today I've connected her with two of my connections on LinkedIn who have been here and who have been through the process. So for her, after talking to these two people, her efforts will be reduced. So she will be able to do things much quickly. What she would have achieved in like 2 years' time, she would probably achieve it in 6 months' time. And
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
something. Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry, I was going to say it's really like in the real world. So why
Yes.
why do we make it so difficult in this world, in the LinkedIn world? It's about relations in the end.
Yes. But Matthias, the thing is that, as you also said, everybody's confused. Now,
Yeah.
everyone who is with us today and will stay with us because in a short while we will start reviewing your LinkedIn profiles, and we'll try to review as many profiles as possible. But the
Hmm.
idea of this review is that we'll give you the our thoughts as to what is wrong with your profile. But ultimately, you all have to think how you can invest into improving it. And one of the ways, if you're still struggling, I mean, if you don't know where your profile is going, then that means that you are struggling with your profile. And that is an
Absolutely.
opportunity to come and join a course. And the course that I am starting, the next batch is starting on 17th of July. So join in the course, and that will really help you excel in the knowledge. So all that packed knowledge that I provide in 4 weeks time, right from your why you are on LinkedIn kind of a thing. We start with that. Then we work on the basics, foundational issues with LinkedIn. We work on how to create content. Initially, for everybody, that's a struggle. For Matthias, I'm going to ask that question
Uh,
about the video thing that you. That's an issue. Then once you start learning with that, once you do ABC testing on it, you go and start networking. Within the networking, also there's so many things one can learn, and this 4 weeks can really transform the whole learning process and your idea implementation process on LinkedIn. So ultimately, whoever is with us today and whoever is sharing their profiles, please, please, please share these profiles in the chat box, if you can, on the event. I've shared the event link. If you put your profile in the chat box, it will be easier for me and Matthias to look at your profiles, because if you are only commenting your profiles, we may still be able to pick, but it will be very challenging because we are actually doing live and nobody does live profile reviews. So we will actually do live profile reviews for you on LinkedIn Live. So think about these things. When we do our your profile reviews, and whoever we can cover in this next half an hour of our session, we will do your review. We'll give you the ideas, but ultimately you have to then decide if you really want to invest into your LinkedIn profile and join the course so that you can do the best out of it. The way Matthias is doing. Matthias started with absolutely no idea as to what, but the only idea he had is that he was doing something wrong. Something was missing from the whole recipe, LinkedIn recipes as we call it. And that was a great idea he had. He was absolutely sure there is something which is missing. Hira, you can scroll down and see the link. Please scroll down, see the link, uh, or scroll up. You will find in my comment. So I've commented. You will find that link, and please post your profiles in that link so that we could actually spot it. We cannot. It will be very difficult for us to spot your links in the comments. So just go in the chat box and add your comments there, please. And then we'll be able to pick. There are so many people who have already shared their profiles in the comment box. So I cannot believe they can't see it. Scroll it down, up and down, you will find the link, and please share that link, that your profile in that link, and we'll randomly pick up whoever comes first into the stream. So content, Matthias, and everybody struggles in doing content. What was your initial struggle? And I remember everybody when I said, now you have to start doing videos. Everyone was like, how do we do videos? And you were the first one who actually started with your video, and it's improving, by the way, every time you do a video. What was the challenge? And once you started it, what was your learning?
Well, the learning basically about content in general is generating your own content. If you share whatever news from the, I don't know, New York Times, Wall Street Journal, or whatever, everybody has access to that. So basically, you're resharing that something that has no real value. So basically, you have to think about trying to create something from your own perspective that might be interesting for your audience, of course, or to the audience you want to talk to. So you have to really think about what might be interesting, what you can share, give away as a knowledge base or whatever, and then take it to the next level and try to kind of stop hiding from behind the profile, show up with a video, make it short, friendly, and try to engage other possible connections in that way. But it always requires a little bit of pushing yourself further and further, because doing videos is not easy at all. I'm still struggling with videos, but I'll keep going, and once you start, you keep on improving. I mean, every new one you do.
And once you start getting the traction, once you start seeing that this is your mistake that you made, then it really makes a lot of difference, because then you can fix it. If you know what the mistakes are, then you can fix it. And the opportunities on LinkedIn are phenomenal. This is one thing where we really need to understand. Everybody who's with me, with us today, they really need to understand. They've been following me. A lot of people follow me, and in my own growth, I really want to share with those people. This is achievable. So I have grown from 6,000 followers to close to 39,000 followers in 15 months. Only 15 months. From 6,000 to close to 39,000. So, and these are the people who have followed me. Now, I had a strategy. and I implemented that strategy. And this is the strategy that I coach also. So if you really want to learn and grow on LinkedIn, consider joining the course, which is starting on 17th of July, and this will be a complete transformation of your thinking process, of your future on LinkedIn. So this is what it is, and you rightly said, Martin. It's all about practicing. If you have the strategy, if you know the techniques, and once you start practicing it, you excel in it, and because you can then do your own A/B testing. Alok, Muhammad Ali Shan, you all are sharing your links in the comment box. Please share these links in the chat box in the event link that I've provided so that we could actually quickly pick you. We'll try to pick you from the comments also, but there are already are so many comments on the post, and it will not be very easy for me to uh, to tap into all those comments. So yeah, and of course you all need to really think what next. What next once we have given you a review of your profile? What is next? What would you really want to do? Uh, with your profile. Once we have told you, okay, these are some of the issues with your LinkedIn profile. So, all right. Now, as we go along, Matthias, can you access the event chat?
Yeah. It says
So,
private and comments. Which one should I pick?
so you go on to this event. You are part of it, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If and can you see the chat? There's a chat on the left hand side. There's a
It
place called
says private chat.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
And if you click that, you will see people have shared their LinkedIn
But
profile.
I don't see the the profiles there. Ah, okay. On the comments. All right.
Yes, scroll
Mm-hmm.
down, and the
Mm-hmm.
first profile we have is Muhammad Sabri.
Sabri. Mm,
He is financial accountant from Doha.
Suresh Bilaf Rabban Rabi Al Sifat.
It's right at the first one. Um
All,
oh, okay, so no worries. What I'll do, I'll just uh, send it to you in your private chat.
okay, thanks.
That will be easier.
Mm,
And in that way, we will quickly one by one review. So, Matthew, there you go. So we'll review him first.
okay.
You get it?
Yes, Begum.
Yeah.
That's the
No,
one,
this
right?
Muhammad Ibrahim, Sabri.
Oop, sorry, I don't.
So just check in your private chat, in your at your profile.
It's empty. Strange.
Yeah, in your check your own DM.
Ah, you mean? Ah, okay. So sorry. I was looking on.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Okay. Sorry.
yeah.
Sorry. Sorry. Okay. Go ahead.
All right. So just check his profile. So
Mm-hmm.
Mohammed Sabri, if you are still with us, you, I can see your green spot on your profile, which means that you're online at the moment. So if you are with us, please, we are reviewing your profile at the moment, and this profile has no branding to start with, which means that you created a profile, but not really focusing on it. It's the same thing that almost everybody does. You are very highly qualified uh, finance person, but there is no branding. Your picture is not in accordance with the LinkedIn guidelines. Your keywords are totally missing from your profile. And why keywords are important? Your keywords are important because LinkedIn as a search engine, LinkedIn's algorithm searches a profile or helps a profile appear in a search through those keywords. Your about is just empty. There's nothing in your about summary. You have absolutely no activity, which means there is no targeted content. And I would like to quickly hear from Matthias as to why is it so important to write content or write targeted original content on LinkedIn in your view?
Well, again, it will go back to the initial and basic strategy. Why do you want to be on LinkedIn? Well, what's your main goal? Is it just sharing your knowledge, or is it that you are searching for a job or business opportunity? That will depend on everybody's particular case. But then when you start sharing, it should be always kind of a mix, not always your only and personal goal. Sharing that much information might be overwhelming for others. You need to make a mix in a sandwich strategy, like Hamad will much better understand, explain during the course if you join in. But it's kind of a blend, and trying to get others to learn from that.
Great. So this is what we found on your profile, Mohammed Sabri, and I see you're from Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is a country I love. Been to Sri Lanka many a times. In fact, I went to Sri Lanka on my honeymoon. So that's how Sri Lanka places in my. Uh, okay, so now I've been bombarded with the requests, Matthias, and well, I was expecting it anyway. So, but we will try to go one by one. We have Amar Bajwa, the next one. I'm going to share this with you, Matthias, quickly. Um, So, Amar Bajwa, we are reviewing your profile right now. If you are with us, please, yeah, so we can't even access your profile.
No,
Yeah.
it says unavailable.
All right, so we can't even access your profile. So your profile, for anybody who is looking for you, your profile does not exist. Okay, so which means that you have done something which has actually shut your profile down. So I'm sorry about that. So yeah, you need to work on it. And I'm not sure what mistake you have made in your profile. Okay, so let's see who is next. So Mar, I've given you the feedback on your profile. The next one is Junaid Khan, and Junaid, we are reviewing your profile now. If you are with us. And you are a supply chain professional, so please connect with Matthias.
Sure.
You
Please.
are in, yeah, so yeah, you are doing your MBA, and you have a branding, but the picture is not appropriate. There are no keywords on your profile. Um, your about summary is too clumsy and hardly. It's not easy to read. It's just cut and paste from your resume. You have a very, very small network of only 134 followers. So unless you don't have a network and you don't know how to build that network and how relevant and targeted that network is, LinkedIn will never ever help you. So these are some of the things that I've picked up on your profile. Matthias, have you picked up anything you want to say?
Yeah, I was about to say pretty much the same thing. So it needs a refresh from
Yeah. So, you really need to work on your profile, and maybe you can actually join the course, and the course will then help you learn everything what you really need to do on LinkedIn. It will be a great investment to make. The next one is Saqib Shape. So, Saqib, if you're with us, we are doing your profile now.
hmm
And again, you've added some. Uh, I mean, so I'm being very open when I talk to people, whether people like it or don't like it. So, ultimately, I'm giving my time and expertise. Your picture is totally irrelevant. It's low resolution. I mean, I'm talking about the background. It doesn't really say anything. It's total distraction. It does not brand you at all. You have added some emojis in your keywords or your headline. These emojis is waste of space. LinkedIn's algorithm does not read emojis. So you're just simply confusing LinkedIn's algorithm at your level. When I say your level means that anybody who is not like big enough on LinkedIn. Your about summary is very detailed, and uh, yeah. So I like your about summary up to your value and hobbies, but rest of it is just your cut and paste from your resume, most likely. And this actually is a some sort what I call is a deviation from what you want to achieve of your LinkedIn profile. So what I see, there is a lack of strategy again. This is pretty common across
it's gone.
wherever I go. Yeah, Matthias, the strategy is totally missing usually.
Yeah, I mean, this is why you are here today. I mean,
Yeah,
I was in the same situation a few months back, so
right. You
it's
have you have good following, 17, well, close to 18,000 following, which is the asset you have. But how do you capitalize on that asset? That's the key thing,
oh,
right? You
yeah.
have that. This is great asset. Now, of course, I cannot really see how relevant your network is at the moment. If it is not relevant, then of course it's not going to help you. Uh, uh, Maybe you would now consider switching off the connection button and just have a follow button at this stage. These are some of the things that you really need to understand. But your strategy part is very confusing on LinkedIn. So when I am confused, believe me, LinkedIn's algorithm will be confused as well. And you are highly qualified, and as a trainer, you can really build your professional focus to the next level. So this is for you, Saqib. Um, next we have is Saifullah Asghar. And as we are going one by one, we don't know how many we will be able to cover, but we'll try to cover as many as possible. Again, branding issue, picture issue, keyword issue, um, hardly anything in your about summary, small
Yeah.
network, no content strategy. All these, everything of that sort is really, really important.
Even the
And
profile name with the numbers at
yeah,
the end.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. So URL, profile URL, stuff. I mean, again, going back to the same point, if you really want to get the best of your LinkedIn, you need to learn how to use it, or what are the things that are really missing in your profile. Next is Munal. So Munal, if you are with us, we are going to review your profile next. Um, and Matthias, let's look at Munal. So again, you are a senior auditor at PwC. You're a CA finalist. Um, you're open to work, but your picture is taken in a wedding maybe or in a party. So of course irrelevant. Again, Matthias, missing keywords.
About is too short. It doesn't tell
About
too
Us
much.
has got nothing in it, nothing in it.
Mm.
I would call it, um, and you still have a growing network. I would call it 14, close to 1,500 followers. Um, you really need to capitalize on it and grow your network. But you can only grow your network um, if you have a if you have a strategy, if you understand how to grow the network, how to add quality content so that you actually create your own brand and you start attracting views to your profile. And you've been there, you've worked well with some of the leading brands. But again, these are some of the issues that and you know you yeah, I can just scroll down and see that you can actually make it.
Unilever.
Yeah, she can
That's
actually make it if she
absolutely
knows how to how to.
great companies, and from the experience point of view, I mean, there's
Yeah,
a lot of
absolutely.
potential there.
Yeah. So we have Faizan. Faizan, we'll review your profile next if you are online. And
Mhm.
again, Faizan, I mean, Matthias, you can see banner does not really
No,
tells me anything. Yeah, it's just a picture. Same thing goes with your your own picture, which is probably taken in an event. You have switched on the what we call the
creator
creators
mode.
mode.
Mhm.
But I mean, do you really need a creator mode at a stage when you have a very small network? I think the first stage is to grow your network, and you need to really learn how to grow your network. Again, similar issues with the about summary. Um, Not very bad, but I would say still, this is not. Um,
Yeah.
Really not. So there was the messages keep popping up. Um, you can actually make it. All of us can. I mean, frankly speaking, uh, if I can or Matthias can, you all can. It's that the only biggest issue is that people do not understand how LinkedIn works, and people really do not see a value in investing in it. But again, ultimately, if you don't invest in your own growth, do you think you will
Nobody
ever?
will.
And you will ever grow, right?
Yeah.
So the next one is Hira Abrar. Hira, we are reviewing your profile if you are with us.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you have good following,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I mean I don't understand what you do. So really confusing. You are Courier X. I mean I don't know what Courier X is. You are manager human resource. So um, missing keywords. Picture is not in accordance with LinkedIn guidelines. You have a banner, but that cover banner does not brand you at all. Um, I mean, again, your LinkedIn content strategy
yeah.
is totally
URL name.
confusing, absolutely
Yeah.
confusing. And again, your about summary is close to nothing. Uh, Anybody landing on your about scrolling down would not find anything interesting. So again, it's a total mess. I mean, excuse my language, but it's a total mess. You can actually achieve a lot because you have a good following, but your all the basics are missing the way it should be. So that's you. Let's see who we have next. The next we have Mohammad Muzaffar Rahman, and we'll quickly pick you and review yours. Muzaffar, we are reviewing your profile. my God, you've actually picked your passport picture and you put it there. So,
And you're branding KPMG. That's not your company. That's not you.
yeah, absolutely. So KPMG is KPMG. KPMG is
Yeah.
not you, right? So, and again, keywords, there are a couple of keywords there, but again, very weak keywords. Um, about summary is again, we see these about summaries cutting and pasting from your your resume, which is the most basic thing one can do. Does it really reflect who you are? Again, content strategy is mostly congratulating people or yeah, that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, so again, a total and by the way, you have close to 10,000 followers, which means you have almost that number in your connection also. But I mean, are you capitalizing on that? I don't think you are. I mean, I see uh, hundreds of profiles every month. I work with my clients across the globe. I mean, these are some of the very basic things that people miss on. So some people have still shared their profiles in my inbox, so I
Mm-hmm.
have to pick those up and share those. Well, Sana Ghani, you have already spoken to me before, and I've shared with you my point of view. And well, just because you have shared your profile again, we'll do a very, very quick review here so that, but unless you don't invest into your own um, development, nothing will happen. My review will 6 months down the line, I'll have the same review for you. So let's look at her, Matthias,
Mm-hmm.
and
No
again,
header. No header.
yeah,
URL name. About. Yeah. Okay. Not.
yeah, it's the same
Mm,
scenario, right?
yeah.
No branding, a very uh, unusual picture, uh, no keywords. Um, I can help you with your, I don't know. So nobody actually, you're totally confusing as to what you can do or what you're doing. Um, you have a UK number apparently 0044. So I don't know. You are based in Pakistan, Sindh, Karachi, but you have a UK number. You have good
Mm-hmm.
following, but how valuable that following is, that's something that is totally missing. So again, Sana, since I've already given you my input some time ago, I would not go into too many details here. Um, but that's what the situation is at the moment. And well, so people, I mean, you are commenting. That's fine. I can quickly do you. So Rizwan, I'm doing Rizwan M. I'm doing your profile now. Let me share it with Nadia's. But ultimately, you see, you all have to decide what do you want to do now. Like, what is the next stage? Whether you want to work on your profile with me, or join my course and do it, or you just want your profile done. So, okay, Rizwan, you are you're based in the US. You have, I mean, frankly speaking, your profile is close to zero. There is nothing there. Um, no branding, no keywords. There is one very big keyword. You have very small network. You have one mutual connection with me, Azaz Ahmad, and I am actually working on Azaz's profile and building his profile to the next level. Actually, you see, he's looking at global contracts through development agencies, and I'm actually building his profile. So if you know Azaz, you can ask him the level of work that is required in a profile. So Rizwan, you need to work. on your profile. I'll be happy to work on this project if you are interested.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Kamran Anwar. So I'm just going to share Kamran's link with you.
Kamran.
Again, Kamran, I mean,
No
your
picture.
profile has nothing in it, right? So you can never achieve your goals, whatever goals you may have. You finding a new job or your own growth or whatever, it will just not be possible. Your profile lacks everything. So that's all I can say at the moment, right? Your profile lacks everything, and you have shared your profile so many times in the comments. I mean, okay, now I've picked it up. I've given you my view. You have no branding, you have no keywords, you have no about summary whatsoever, you have no content strategy. Um, and if you want all that fixed, then you need to work on your profile, as simple as that. I'll be happy to take you in my course. Registration is open. Anybody interested can certainly um, send me a DM and register for the profile. Okay, so Alok, I think we've spoken before, um, and I think I've given you my input before also. But nevertheless, because you have shared your profile, I'll just give you a very quick review. And let's get him. We have 10 more minutes to go in this session. So again, Matthias,
URL.
URL, profile picture,
Profile picture about.
I mean keywords. He has 6,600 followers. He's been doing some content, but he's a lurker, so he's not actually creating any original content. Your about is just too weak, and you are very experienced, by the way. So I mean, if you're really serious
There's a lot of
in,
potential there.
oh my God, he has tons of potential because you know he he can actually make it. So it's just a matter of capitalizing on that opportunity. Um, let's see who we have. Here I've done. So I've got Saeed Afzal sharing his profile, and that profile is basically in PDF. So I'll just quickly go here, Matthias. And so Afzal, your profile picture is Nelson Mandela. Now, how does it relate to your brand? I don't know. You're a financial analyst. Um, so how does it really, and healthcare financial expert, but how does it relate to you? The alignment is totally out, so most of it is hidden behind your picture. Your picture is good. I have actually, it's a pretty good picture. Hardly any about summary, very small network, and there is no content strategy. So if you really want to capitalize, again, I would again go back and say you need to learn how to do it. Okay, so there are more people. Sufyan Shivani. Okay, just a moment. Saima Huma, you've shared your profile. Yeah, we'll try to review it shortly. We only have about 9 minutes in the session. So you have a title, you have a picture which somewhat resonate to what you do, but actually doesn't speak about you.
Never
Um,
share your CV on LinkedIn.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, you are a qualified person, Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transportation. Um, Keywords, some of the keywords, yeah, are there. I mean, why do you even have your CV? Nobody can read. If you can read, if you can read it, if you can read your CV, I'll give you $100. If you can read your CV, the CV that you have featured, if you can read it yourself, I'll give you $100. So if you can't read it, nobody can read it. Okay. If nobody can read it, does not mean anything to anyone. Believe me. Okay. And you have 161 followers and you have no content strategy. So what you are targeting, you will, you know, let me say very bluntly, it will be very difficult for you to achieve. Your picture is I can't see your picture, frankly speaking. Um, so again, these are the things that you will learn in the course. These are things you will learn in my course as to how do you optimally utilize your opportunities on LinkedIn. So next one, Matthias, is Saima Huma.
Mm-hmm.
Again, URL, you are a self-employed person, you live in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, you're
No
providing
branding
service,
at all.
but you have no branding. You have no branding, you have no keywords, people can't find you. Um, you have you have you've got creator mode on. Um, you have no content strategy. So everything is missing, by the way. So if you really want to make use of LinkedIn, you need to do a lot of work. Um, Either do it yourself or maybe, again, going back to the same point, learn it from somebody who knows what what can be done. Shahid Khan is the last one we're going to review, and then we'll have a quick chat as to what we learned today, Matthias, um, and conclude the session by sharing a link of my course.
Mm.
Oops. And Shahid. Again, Shahid is doing something, his picture, probably a breakout group or something. Your picture is very strange. I mean, your picture has to speak to people. Eh? Your picture is not speaking to anyone. You have got some keywords in your profile, but again, do you really need a creator mode on, something that evaluate? Zainab Ansari, she's a good friend. Zainab, um, and you have got no content strategy whatsoever. Again, your about is and you're very experienced, by the way. You have 15 years of experience in the industry. Why are you not capitalizing on this and working with KPMG for so many years is a good thing to have, man. So why are you not capitalizing on this? I'm not really sure, but at the end of the day, if you don't know how to do it, speak to someone who can coach you how to do it. As simple as that. So with this, Matthias, we come to an end. I don't see any more. There may be people who are commenting, but it's very difficult for me to spot everyone. I requested everyone to share their LinkedIn profiles in the chat box that we had on the event page. Those who have shared, we reviewed their profiles and giving them the feedback. Matthias, what are your closing remarks as to what you learned after reviewing so many profiles?
Well, what I see is basically the same situation I was in a few months back, like I said at the beginning. There's lack of understanding, basically, what LinkedIn is all about. And it might sound kind of rude, but it's like going out to a party without even taking a shower, like scaring people away instead of making it. Come on, I'm somebody worth talking to. So that's the point, I think, the beginning point. It takes time, it takes effort. It won't happen overnight, but if you already have a long track of experience, you already have something in your hand that you can work on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And some of these profiles were like, they could actually capitalize a lot with people with
Yeah.
few thousand connections can really capitalize, but again, depending on what kind of connections do they have. Yeah. So how would you, how
And
would
again,
you,
it's not about the amount of connections you
yes,
have.
it's
It's
the
more
quality.
about the quality and who these connections actually can help you. So even if you have a 5,000, 10,000, whatever, it's about who these people are, and then it's people behind the profile. Don't treat it like a number, like I don't know, a KPI or whatever. It's a
Yes.
person. It's somebody behind it.
And it's the relationship, as you rightly said in the beginning. It's your relationship uh, with the community. How do you build that community? How do you work with that community? Um,
Yeah.
and so on and so forth. So, um, what do you suggest to these people? I mean, what is your last suggestion to these people who are with us today, or who are still?
Uh, yeah. Well, if firstly, if everybody attending today has kind of understood what LinkedIn optimization is all about, I would strongly suggest to really consider taking the course, investing in themselves. Nobody will do it for them, so it's a good point to start. But also, you will have to work yourself. Hamad is going to help you, is going to support you, is going to guide you, but you will have to do the job yourself. Nobody can do it for you. So
Yes,
that's a point you have to really assess if you have the time, if you have the energy, and if you have the will. That's the point, I think. Otherwise, it won't happen.
yes. And last point, we have like a couple of more minutes, Matthias. Since you have started this whole journey, you're doing A and B, T, and C testing, and you are kind of adding a lot of value into your LinkedIn. Um, what has been your learning? How it has actually helped you so far. I mean, you've been in this journey only uh, less than um, um, less than maybe about 2 months.
Hmm.
Yeah, but what has been your journey? Just before I go, Alim Zadi Saab is a dear friend. He wants me to review his profile, but Zadi Saab, if you could share your profile in the chat box that we have, then I'll be able to do it. Otherwise, I won't be able to find because there are about 100 comments on the post already. So with that kind of number and more than 500 people have viewed this live so far, it will be simply impossible for me to find you, find your profile, or I may be able to find it. Oh yes, I found it. I found it. So
It's
you
the
are
last one.
lucky. You are lucky. Last one. But you please go ahead before we review his profile, Matthias, as to what has been your learning or your, I won't even call it learning because this is what we have been talking. Your experience so far in actually connecting with people you wanted to connect with.
In my view, it's a wonderful process. So you get to know people from wherever you want to connect, and you can learn from them, and you can also share your knowledge and your ideas with them. So it's a process that once it starts, it never ends. It grows and grows and grows. So it's beautiful, basically.
Yeah.
And
So and
we are not even talking about business. It's
now,
your personal kind of growth.
yeah, it's the relationship that matters a lot. What I see, and probably Matthias, you will experience also as you go along, a lot of people just keep pumping me with their resumes. I
Don't do
mean,
that.
don't do that, please. Please build your credibility, build your presence on LinkedIn, build your, be accessible. Help people. So this is all part of the strategy. This is what I coach people. This is what I coach people. How do you build that strategy to move on and build relationships rather than asking for things? You will eventually get there. Aleem Saab, Aleem Zadi is a dear friend from GTA. Aleem, and he's a regulated immigration consultant, by the way. And Aleem bhai, your profile is just too weak. So let me be very open with you. You have a very small network. You have no branding whatsoever. Uh, your keywords are totally missing. um, your about summary doesn't exist. It's just like five liners, and you have no content strategy, which means that your profile is technically dormant from the LinkedIn perspective. People can't search your profile. So I'm sorry, but I have to be open and transparent when I share any feedback on a profile. So with that, we have reached to our time. Matthias, thank you for your presence, for your expertise and views on this. And if you like, Matthias, we will probably continue this on a weekly basis, right? If you have time. And
Absolutely, anytime. I
yeah,
thank you very much for the invite again, and I've been straightforward to everybody. I hope it's helpful, but again, you really need to think what is it that you want to do. That's the starting point.
absolutely. What is the next level? Now
Yeah,
you know that a lot of your profile, well, almost everybody's profile is extremely weak and would really require a complete overhauling from understanding why you are on LinkedIn, building a strategy, learning how to implement that strategy, and growing your network and producing quality original content, and building that trust and relationship on LinkedIn will actually help you outshine on LinkedIn. Now, the next point is, what do you want to do about it? So, if you really want to go forward and you really want to learn and start implementing things and start capitalizing on what you can do on LinkedIn, I'm going to share link to my next course, which is starting on 17th of July. Register, come, enjoy. Matthias didn't know anything about it. He's enjoying it, and he is now working with me today. He is an expert now in a way that he is sharing his thoughts on his profile and others' profile also and his experience. So with that, thank you very much, Matthias. We will sign off. Uh, let's join back again next week, same time, um, on Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, to review more profile to help more people understand what they can do with their LinkedIn. With that, thank you
brilliant.
very much. The broadcast is ending, but you can still keep commenting on live, and please share this live with other people. So you can simply hit share button and share it with people who may get some help through these ideas. With that, thank you very much. Hamas Siddiqui and Matthias signing off from Toronto and from Chile.